The following is a Joel Michalec production.
Let me explain something to you. Whenever you come in here and interrupt me, you're breaking my concentration. You're distracting me. And it will then take me time to get back to where I was. Understand?
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Joel Michalec Show featuring the lovely Sharon. And I'm sorry.
The lovely Sharon. You're supposed to pause for effect.
I was going to introduce myself and then introduce you, even though I introduced you now in the title of the show. But that's okay. We can do it however you want it done.
Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, that's all right. Welcome to the podcast, folks. It's lovely to be here. Lovely to have you here.
Oh, my goodness.
Remember, the website address is jmtalk.net. That's where you go. Subscribe to the show. Listen to us right there on the website if you like the most current show. And you can also listen to the 24/7 stream. Also, Facebook at jmtalk and Twitter and Instagram at JM Talk Radio.
You look at me like I know.
Well, I look at you hoping you would know. Various ways you can get a hold of us. Don't forget also, check us out on YouTube to see our video content. And, most of the video content right now is, we have some interviews from my old show. Uh-huh. And then every one of these shows winds up on YouTube as a video, but it's just audio with a picture. But then we have Sean Goward, loyal listener Sean Goward, posting, sending videos in. So check out his stuff. Now, next week, as we approach Thanksgiving, we will be releasing Sean's Thanksgiving Pro Tips video on the network.
You know, I am so amazed that Sean is he is taking the bull by the horns.
The bull by the horns.
And doing a fantastic job.
Absolutely he is, and we appreciate that. So,
yes, we do.
So that's all the various information about the show that you need to know. Write it down in your loose leaf notebook. Remember loose leaf notebooks?
Oh, my goodness.
We used to have to buy the 3-ring binders.
You know, kids still do.
And then we had to buy packs of loose leaf. They don't call it loose leaf anymore, do they? It's politically incorrect to call it that now.
What? Are you serious?
Everything
is politically incorrect anymore.
I don't know if I'm serious.
Wow.
So, before we get rolling, I have an envelope in my hand.
Yes.
Blank, right? Sealed. Yes. You see it sealed?
Sealed.
Okay. Did you ever watch, when you were younger, because it's not on anymore, Johnny Carson?
Yeah, with the great
Karnak. Did you know that I'm just as good as the great Karnak?
You are?
I'm going to prove it today on the show.
Okay.
Okay, so I have this envelope, and Sharon has just excuse me, I'm getting all choked up. It's like Sharon has just attested that the envelope is sealed. It's plain, it's white, there's nothing written on it.
Yes, it is.
If we hold it up to the light, you can see nothing on it. Or you can't see through it.
Right.
So I'm not going to do all that stuff where he sticks the envelope up to his head. I don't need to put it at my head. But what I'm going to do is I think I know the answers. I don't know the answers or the question, but I'm going to guess at the answers because I think I know what the question in the envelope might be.
Okay.
Does everyone... Folks, if you're too young to remember Johnny Carson, it was a great thing he did every once in a while.
Yes.
And so he would just shout out, he would shout out answers, and then he would reveal the question, and they seemed to go hand in hand.
Yeah.
Whether they were true or not, but they actually they went hand in hand. So anyway, I'm gonna take a drink because this is really tedious stuff here. This is magic. It's magic.
Oh my goodness. Okay, go ahead.
Be patient. Okay.
See, he did it again, guys. That was Elf.
So I think the answers are, there's 3 of them actually.
Okay.
Drywall, Christmas lights, and Jeffrey Epstein.
What?
Yeah.
Did Jeffrey Epstein put up our drywall and Christmas lights?
No. But I think they're the answers. Let's see what it is.
Okay.
Sound effects for the audience at home. Theater of the mind. Okay.
There you go.
Well, if the paper would open, did somebody glue this? Oh, that's right. We didn't prepare it. We just found the envelope. That's right.
Right.
Name 3 things that don't hang themselves.
Oh my God.
Told you I'm good at that. Okay.
Oh my goodness.
We got to get the sound effects machine hooked up here somehow.
Yeah.
Because that deserved a really good rim shot.
Yeah, it did.
Thank you. Thank you. All right. So, yes, Thanksgiving is speeding up on us. It is speeding up on us.
Or speeding upon us.
Right. If you merge words, if you want less words to say. But yeah, same thing. Yeah. And it has similar meaning.
How is it less words to say?
Because up, on, upon.
Okay. All
So
right.
you merge into one word,
Absolutely.
2 equals 1.
Yep. You got it.
It's the old-fashioned math. They don't do
Guys,
that
I
anymore.
just rolled my eyes in the back of my head.
So, but yes, Thanksgiving is because we were thinking about Sean's video.
Right.
And naturally, he sends a video, and we get it posted that weekend. Mm-hmm. But then we thought, wait a minute, how long is it? It is literally, if we hold it off till next week, it is right on the beginning of Thanksgiving week. That's how close it is.
Yeah.
I don't know where this year is going.
It's going way too fast.
I was going to say, wherever it's going, it's getting there in a hurry.
Right?
So Thanksgiving's coming, which means Black Friday's coming. Which means Cyber Monday's coming.
And then Christmas is coming.
Christmas is now less than 40 days away.
Shut your mouth.
I'm just saying. And all of this really is a stark reminder that we really need to get working on the Christmas show.
Right? Oh, my goodness.
That's really what it boils down to.
But it also,
I get working on that.
I go into panic mode. Because, and this is something I am just revealing to you after 22 years.
23 and change.
Yeah, whatever. And and I go into panic mode. Even though I started shopping in June, I'm in panic mode because I'm like, oh my God, what do I got to get?
But you're really not revealing anything to me because you do this every year.
No, but you didn't know that. Like, I really internally go into panic mode.
Do you want to lay on the couch? I'll go grab some loose leaf and a pencil.
Yeah, maybe. But I do. I go into panic mode because, I'm afraid I didn't buy enough for the people in my life. And then I end up buying more. And then it just becomes more stupid stuff that I buy.
But you do realize that it's not about all that.
In your mind. In mine, it is.
Because you have the commercial mind.
No,
you don't.
I wish
you're sitting here.
No.
You're sitting here panicking because you don't know if you got enough.
Yeah.
But you don't have the commercial mind. All of this, by the way, all of this kind of panic and hustle and bustle at the holidays, brought to you by commercialism.
Hey, look, I know I have fallen victim to commercialism.
Yeah, you have.
In a big way. But this year I was like, I'm going to start early. And while I was shopping, if I found, if I saw something that I thought someone would like, I would pick it up.
So what you need to do then is maybe just lay basically, no matter of saying so, lay all your cards out on the table, lay everything out and go, okay, what do I got? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I'm telling you right now, you're not leaving this house on Christmas Eve. I don't know what it is with the women in my household that need to find reason to go out on Christmas Eve. I don't understand what it is. Christmas Eve is for being at home, drinking eggnog by the loads. And we get extra eggnog.
Laced or unlaced?
Well, I'll drink the unlaced, thank you. And then I'll also drink Katie's part because she doesn't like bologna milk, as she calls it. But that's what it's for. But anyway, we can talk about that later on. But right now, it's Thanksgiving is around the corner.
Right.
Do you have everything? That's
Well,
that's the mess. Well, I'm talking to everybody, but you're right. I mean, sure, we can discuss. Do you have everything?
Oh my!
You did get quite a bit today. You picked up the turkey today.
I got the turkey today. And this, I'm not usually one to wait until last minute to get my turkey.
No, we usually do wait last minute to get our turkey. Yes, we do. Yes, we
Wait,
absolutely
I'm thinking
do.
of my other family.
I guess you are.
Oh my!
We absolutely are like the.
I just revealed on
We are typically
semi-live radio.
We are typically the Saturday, Sunday before Thanksgiving picking up the bird, and because it's frozen, shoving it in the fridge to thaw for a couple days before you cook it. That's us. So the fact that the bird is in the freezer 2 weeks ahead of time is
Right?
is
That's
pretty
amazing.
Yeah.
No, really, it is. And I didn't get the potatoes, but I did get the sweet potatoes.
Yeah.
And I got more than I normally did because last year it didn't make it past Thanksgiving.
Yeah, because you need your Friday night leftover meal.
I
you
know.
You have to have that.
Yeah. And
So-
turkey soup.
Excuse me a second.
You will eat chicken noodle soup. Why will you not eat turkey?
Do you
noodle?
know what I do with chicken noodle soup? Well, I get the Camel's Chunky.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me reveal something about me. So I go to work and I put it in my big bowl and I heat it up in the microwave, get it nice and steaming hot. I love my soup steaming hot. Put a little salt and pepper in there. Sit down. I get a little plate and put it next to my thing because I pull the chicken out and dump the chicken pieces onto a plate. And I eat the chicken broth noodle soup.
Do you really?
I do. Campbell's, can you please make chicken broth noodle soup for me, please?
Without the chicken, please.
Yeah.
Well, then it would just be noodle soup.
Chicken broth noodle soup.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have nowhere to go with that.
That's because I've left you nowhere to go with that.
I know. What the hey?
So since we're on the subject of food, too, I wanted to share with you. Of course, I have to unlock the other device. See, I save all this stuff on the devices. It's just easier that way, you know? But I want to talk to you about McDonald's because we haven't been there in many years because we boycott it.
Yes.
Unless it's the breakfast stuff.
Right.
And interestingly enough, this piece of news came out, and I couldn't even believe it. I had to read it to believe it. And this is not from America. This is actually, I think, Iceland. Okay, so a McDonald's meal that was purchased 10 years ago and I think it's encased in glass, shows 0 signs of decomposition.
What?
On live stream from Iceland. Yes.
Wow.
Yep. So here it is. I'm going to mess this name up. So, Hjortur Smárason purchased the meal when the last remaining McDonald's location in Iceland closed its doors in 2009. Good for Iceland, kicking them out.
Right?
He kept the food in a plastic bag in the years to come, during which it showed no signs of decomposition, according to the hotel website. Smárason donated the burger and fries to the National Museum of Iceland in 2012, where a museum specialist reportedly brought up concerns about preserving the meal.
Right.
Smárason was asked by museum staff as to whether or not the burger should be thrown away, but he considered the item to be of great historic value. I had heard something about McDonald's never decaying, so I just wanted to find out for myself whether this was true or not, he said. He decided to find a new home for the indestructible meal at his friend's hotel, the Snatra House, where the burger and fries appear to look just as they did a decade ago.
Wow.
Now, folks,
That's crazy.
if that doesn't give you a reason to not eat at McDonald's.
I know.
I mean, this is what you're
A
putting...
decade later, and
it's everything. It's a burger and fries. It's the burger. It is the bun and the fries. If we have a loaf of bread on top of the fridge for like 5 days, it'll start turning 50 shades of blue.
and green.
But this bun, and here's a picture of it, lovely Sharon.
Let me see.
There is no blue or green on that bun.
Oh my, there isn't.
And the fries show no sign of grossness. How is that possible?
Ew.
Folks, this is what you're putting in your stomach. Now, listen, I'm not here to be that guy that says, oh, don't eat that. I'm not the activist, the anti-McDonald's activist.
Unless you're in a car with your family and we're like, oh, where we want to go for lunch? Not McDonald's.
Well, yeah, that's me because I'm
just saying,
that
like-
kind of activist.
Well, yeah.
Well, as you can see now from this story, I am saving my family's life by not going to McDonald's. This is what you're putting in your stomach. This is what you're putting in your belly. This is what you're holding this stuff up that apparently never goes bad and saying, "Get in my belly." Did you ever wonder why your flatulence stinks after McDonald's?
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah. See, you don't need an Impossible Whopper from Burger King because this stuff is impossible to get out of your system.
Right? Oh, my goodness. Okay, so I stepped away from the microphone for just a second.
Can I finish this story though?
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
So I'm gonna post a link on Facebook this weekend.
Yeah, go ahead, do that.
obviously. And so people can see that, and then you can make your own decision as to whether or not you want to eat that. Now we do still eat breakfast there because it's pretty hard to mess up an egg and a slice of cheese.
Yeah, but that's even rare.
Yeah.
Unless you do it when you go to work.
No, I don't. I would prefer to go to Burger King for breakfast. But you're right. I'm saying that, but it is extremely rare.
Yeah.
I
mean, it is just for us to go out to breakfast is rare.
So, all right. So, and that's all I had to say about that. Now,
Okay.
whatever you're doing with that thing there, if you can do it in 2.5 minutes or less, great.
Okay, so I stepped away from the microphone because for 3 weeks now, we're sitting in the studio and I look across the studio at the shelf and I'm like, what kind of Christmas ornament is that? And why is it on the counter? I don't understand what's going on. So I just got up and went over and grabbed it. Now it is.
So you just now had that fleeting thought.
Now, all this time, I'm thinking, why is that Christmas ornament over there?
Mm-hmm.
It's a clear box.
Yeah.
Okay,
Well,
with
dust on it.
yeah, but it's a clear box, and it says. I thought it said CHR for Christmas.
Oh, but it says Chicago.
It says Chicago, and it's a baseball, not an ornament.
That was a gift from our daughter. To me.
Yes, I know. So I was thinking, well, I'm just going to go get it,
So you can
bring
hang
it
on the tree?
over, so I can hang it on the tree that you're putting up tomorrow.
I'm not putting the tree up tomorrow.
Well, that's what you want.
I would have put it up last week if I had time. No, I mean, my plan, and that we've been doing this all of our lives together, is the tree goes up Thanksgiving weekend.
Yes, you're right.
Because that's why I can enjoy it. I thought so. Other people can enjoy it, but I guess it's just me. That's all right, though.
No, I enjoy Christmas. I enjoy giving gifts.
I know.
And I would give gifts to anybody I saw. And because I buy extra gifts. And I make sure around Christmas time, if someone walks in our house, they're walking out with a gift.
Well, instead of buying gifts, if you want to do that, when people start come to visit, just give them some of the junk that's in this house and let them leave with that. Hey, you need a ream of paper? I got a pack of loose leaf.
Oh, my God.
All right. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll come back with some more content that we have to discuss.
Okay.
That's up on the board. Be right back after this quick message.
This is New York's Super Oldie Station, 920 WON, The Apple, Brooklyn, New York.
The following conversation is real. It took place on Tuesday, June 8th of 2004 between a Blonde Star advisor and a subscriber.
Blonde Star, emergency. This is Steve. Is there an emergency in your vehicle? vehicle.
Oh my god. I've locked myself in my car and the keys are on the outside.
Ma'am,
oh my god.
ma'am, I need you to calm down.
Okay, it's just that the windows are rolled up and I'm starting to sweat. My keys are on the outside.
Now, your keys are on the outside of the vehicle?
Yes, oh my god.
Now, does your car have automatic locks or...
Yes.
Okay, here's what I need you to do. Take hold of the inside of your door handle there. Are you doing this? The shiny thing. Grab the shiny thing.
Okay, I've got it.
Okay, now give that a tug.
Okay.
Did it open?
Yes, oh my god, thank you.
Okay, now what is that noise?
Oh, that's my door alarm.
Yeah, but that only happens if the keys are in the ignition, hon.
Oh my god. You know what?
Your keys are actually in your ignition.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh my god, thank you so much, Blonde Star.
That's why we're here. Do you need anything else?
Blonde Star.
No, that's
Always
it.
on, because you're always blonde.
Welcome back to the program, everybody. It's the Joel Michalec Show featuring the lovely Sharon, who is sitting very lovely right over there.
Oh, I can talk now?
I can stare into your eyes.
I know. I love it that we can sit here and look dreamily into each other's eyes.
When we first started the show, I felt like my back was to you because we're in the way the studio was arranged. You were looking at me, and then I was looking away at a wall.
I know. And I was getting a little PO'd.
Well, you never said that. But anyway, welcome back. A couple things we want to talk about. And the first one, well, let me preserve this for... The first thing I want to talk about is because there's been a couple stories this year. And, of course, last year, we've seen them too. You know, and in fact, prior to, leading up to the holidays last year, I went back and I looked at this on the show list. Mm-hmm. I did a show called Christmas Under Attack.
Okay.
And I feel like, we're not going to name this show Christmas Under Attack, but I think we certainly have to address it again because it's getting worse.
Yeah.
Obviously, last year the Me Too movement took aim at "Baby It's Cold Outside."
Yeah.
A song written forever ago, and all of a sudden it's about rape or something like that. I don't know.
Wow. Yeah. That's ridiculous.
Rape and dominance.
That is ridiculous. I'm sorry.
So, and
that just makes my blood boil.
What we're seeing is some pockets of stories of towns and institutions and whatnot that are changing up their holiday. Screw it. They're changing up their Christmas celebrations and events because somebody says they're offended by that. We're offended by Christmas. And then the town folk or the people in charge of the events of the town go, ah! And they make changes so they don't offend these people. Listen, as long as I've been alive, it's been Christmas. And
I've been alive 7 years more.
Right.
And it's always been Christmas.
And if you're Jewish, you celebrate Hanukkah.
Right.
And you have
Russia.
Yeah. No, that's a different.
That's different.
But you have Kwanzaa.
Yeah.
You have, and not just around Christmas. You have Yule.
Yes.
But other holidays, everyone who has a different religious belief or a different traditions belief celebrates different names or types of holidays and different traditions with that, and that's fine. Guess what? This is the melting pot. This is the country where people come for freedom to do those things.
Right.
And as far as I'm concerned, I can't speak for hypocrites and stuff like that out there in the world. No, but seriously, as far as I'm concerned, I'm going to celebrate Christmas.
Right.
And you can celebrate Kwanzaa. You can celebrate Hanukkah. That's what you're allowed to do here.
Right. Don't say Happy Holidays because you're afraid of insulting someone.
Yeah.
That drives me nuts. I'll always say Merry Christmas.
And if someone says that to you, by the way, just to latch onto that, and you don't believe in that or you're offended by the word Christmas, don't respond. Just smile make
say
eye
thank
contact,
you.
say thank you. You're right. You don't have to be rude and go
Right.
blog about it because somebody wished you a Merry Christmas and now you want to go beat the cat.
Right.
You know what I
Right.
mean? I'm just, well, you know,
Don't beat the cat,
I'm
people.
just pointing things. Look, I don't want to say, you know, someone gets offended by Christmas and they're going to go climb the water tower with a rifle. I don't want to say that.
No.
But
right.
sometimes I feel like some people are really off the hook here.
Yeah.
Okay? It has always been Christmas here, you know, in our lives, in other people's lives.
Right.
And we've been able to survive all these years allowing our neighbors to celebrate what they celebrate.
Right.
Our friends to celebrate what they celebrate.
Yep.
But all of a sudden, in the last couple of years, it doesn't happen like that anymore, Sharon.
No, it doesn't.
In the last couple of years, people have lost their marbles. Okay?
Yes.
If you came to this country because you wanted to come here, this is the greatest country in the world, according to most people, including us. If you came here because you had problems with your country,
Right.
your government, and you want to come here, that's great.
Exactly.
Don't come here and then tell us you're offended and make us change our traditions.
Right. What's even worse than someone coming here and enjoying the freedoms that the United States offers them, okay? What's even worse than that are the people born here, raised knowing that Christmas is Christmas. Kwanzaa is Kwanzaa. You know what I mean? It's always the holiday season is Christmas.
Right.
Okay?
Well,
Being
to us-
raised that way, no, all these people out there, they were all raised that Christmas is Christmas, Kwanzaa is Kwanzaa, you know what I mean? But now, because people like to be offended,
Right.
because it's showing attention. Well, look at me. I'm offended. It's Christmas. You know?
Right.
That's what I see.
Yeah.
And those are the people that are really hypocrites.
And I think that the people who are making these changes, these town folk or these town managers or these governments or these organizers, I think they need to just take a stand and say, I'm not changing it.
Right.
You know? It has been the holiday festival or the
But
Christmas festival
that's not
for
what's
100
happening.
years. I'm not going to
Yeah.
change it now. Durham, New Hampshire is changing their holiday festival to the Frosty Fest. And they're going to, instead of having Christmas trees, they're going to put snowflakes up.
Come on.
For all the snowflakes in town, I guess. You know, these are the things. I mean, and some people will say, well, that's not a radical change. I still kind of feel like you're bending for the wrong people.
Yeah, I agree.
You know what I mean?
I agree. Like, all right, we have Christmas, and you want to include your Jewish friends, that's fine. It's Christmas and Hanukkah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So we'll have a Christmas and Hanukkah party.
Right. Right.
You have the Jewish star and a Christmas tree.
There-
What's the big friggin' deal?
There was a group of people a couple years ago that I know of, and they had one person in their group of, I guess, 30 people. Mm-hmm. And every year they have a Christmas party. Every year, Christmas party, Christmas party, Christmas party. Mm-hmm. And then one person who had joined the team during the previous year was, I want to say Jehovah's Witness, which is fine.
Okay. Yeah.
Which is fine, right?
Yeah.
Because that's what we're about here.
Yeah.
Do your thing.
Right.
But because of this one, what's the fraction? 1/30th.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
They changed the name of the party to the end of year party.
Oh my God.
So this is the kind of stuff I'm talking about. So this has been going on for a couple years, slowly
Yeah.
but surely.
Right.
And I will not. I'm taking a stand right now. I will not be indoctrinated
Right.
to change my Christmas.
Exactly.
So that's just the way it is.
Yep.
Okay? So you can come here and drink eggnog. You'll see our big, giant lit Christmas tree, presents under the tree.
Yep.
Suck my eggnog and baby, it's cold outside.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
I would blast that song. I would too.
Well, we'll make sure it goes on the list this year for the Christmas show.
Absolutely.
You know?
Yeah.
And in fact, I was thinking about, and as I'm saying it now, people are going to expect it, so now I have to do it. I was thinking about doing, starting December 1st, 25 days of Christmas music videos, and just post it on the Facebook page every day. Another, YouTube video of a Christmas song.
Yep.
And
I would make
and I'm going to lead
every other one.
No,
baby, it's cold outside.
But when I was thinking about this in my head the other day, the first one, December 1st, was going to be Baby, it's cold outside. And dedicated to all the snowflakes.
They're effing flakes anyway.
So, okay. So now, having said that, and I'm sorry, I just had to get on my soapbox. Thanks for coming up here with me.
Oh, absolutely.
I just get really upset about it, usually I don't. Why is this doing it? Okay. But I want to get on the soapbox and talk about that, and I'm really tired of it, and I hope people agree with me. If you don't, that's okay, because guess what else you can do in this country? You can disagree with people,
right? And
you don't have to be angry with them.
Or kill them. Because you don't agree with them.
I'm not going to go there, but okay. I can't load this story now because I'm supposed to answer a flipping question if I want to read the story. I got a question for you. So I got this story here about this cafe that this is something else that we talked about, Sharon, several times on the program. So this is going to come up in holiday are you kidding me? In holiday fashion. There we go. Skip survey. Why do I have to listen, folks? If you're putting a story out on the internet, right? And so you put out this story. And you give the link, so now I follow the link to the story. Why do I have to take a survey to read the story? Why do I have to keep clicking X on 60 million ads to read your story? You know what I do when that happens? I don't read your story.
Exactly.
Your marketing department sucks. You did not sell the story very well. Okay. A cafe. Jesus. I might get this story out today. A cafe replaces the gingerbread man with a gender-neutral person.
How is that?
Instead of a gingerbread man, there's the picture, Sharon. It is now, at that cafe, a gender-neutral person cookie.
But...
Yes.
Okay, but on a gingerbread man, you don't show a winky.
Right, and you don't show...
a hoo-ha.
A hoo-hoo. Yoo-hoo. So when a customer at the tannery in Auckland questioned why the human-shaped snacks were called gingerbread men and not gingerbread people, owner Andre Satina was inspired to make a change.
Wow.
The label on the jar has now been changed to read gingerbread gender-neutral person.
Okay.
And the jar of biscuits on the counter has caused quite a stir, with customers taking photos and sharing them on social media, as well as sparking debate on the cafe's Facebook page. You know why?
Why?
Because this is stupid.
It is stupid.
This is stupid. Again,
I'm just saying,
this is just like in Durham, New Hampshire, you can't have Christmas anymore. It's Frosty Fest now. This is the same thing. We've had gingerbread men forever.
Yes, since Christmas was started.
Tell me in the history
because those gingerbread men had to help free the something, and then the big gingerbread man.
You're going off topic here.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
I mean, in the history of gingerbread men, whenever they started making gingerbread men,
right,
they were always gingerbread men.
I know.
So again,
that's ridiculous.
We are folding. Because it's undiculous. And so we're folding because somebody was offended. You know what? If you don't like gingerbread men because it says man, eat something else.
Right.
Eat a goddamn Oreo.
Exactly. You tell him, baby.
I have a headache, right here, forming right here, and I think it's because of all this BS.
Yeah, I
didn't expect to have this happen on this week's show. I expected to talk about some holiday stuff. Yeah. But you know what? I didn't know I was going to be talking about holiday stuff that was going to piss me off. You know what I mean?
Well, you should have known, baby.
Now I have
You
to calm
shoulda
down
known.
by watching some of my Christmas horror movies. You know?
Oh, my goodness.
Like Silent Night, Deadly Night, which I watch, by the way, while I'm sharpening my axe by hand.
Really? Ooh.
So, you know, but this is... Why are we attacking this holiday? When you wonder why people are not happy, it's because of this. You're pissing people off because you don't like the way they do things. You don't like the way they do things? Great.
Get the fuck out.
Well, I wasn't going to go there. I always have to put the explicit thing on here because of you. You know that?
Well, I'm sorry, but if you don't like the way it is, get out.
Don't force us to change for you. You don't have to be here.
Right.
The immigration door swings both ways.
Exactly.
You flew in here, sailed in here, climbed over a wall in here. You can go out the same way.
But then the people argue, no, I didn't. My great-great-grandparents did.
No. Okay. But Okay,
I know.
let's leave that because that's not us anymore. You know, that's not this show anymore. That's okay. But your point is still valid. If you don't like it, you can leave.
Right.
We're not suggesting you leave because that would blow up in our faces. What we are suggesting is if you don't like it, you can do something else. If you don't like my show, you don't have to press play.
Right, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
If you don't like...
But we hope you do press play.
Right. If you don't like that radio stations are playing Christmas music on November 1st, and I don't. I prefer mine to start after Thanksgiving.
Right.
Don't go to that channel. Guess what? You're not going to believe this, folks. I don't turn on the channels that play Christmas music starting on November 1st. Did you know that? There's a piece of trivia about me. I don't put those stations on. And guess what? I am okay with that. Wow. I'm not going to go out and put pig's blood on me and protest in front of the station to tell them to stop playing Christmas music. You know what I mean? I'm not going to do it. I'm okay with it. I'll go listen to something else.
Right.
You know?
Exactly.
Oh,
my Lord.
Stop attacking our stuff.
Right.
I don't attack yours. Attack mine.
They're doing it for attention, though. That's all it is.
I would 1,000% agree with you that it's nothing but attention getting.
Yep.
That's a good cup of iced tea.
Yep.
I have also, I've been meaning to tell you, I have a couple different holiday drinks recipes.
Oh, do you?
Yeah. I might share them too throughout, like add content.
Yeah.
One of them's a holiday punch. It's actually non-alcoholic, which I think would be good for Christmas Eve is what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
I think you can make it alcoholic if you want. And then there's this one. Oh, my goodness. Real quick before break here. I'll just tell you the name of it and show you a picture. Sex on a Snowbank. Oh, whoa! Whoa! I almost had a broken iPad on the desk.
Wow, what is that?
Well, it's okay.
I want to know.
It's Malibu rum, coconut cream, and ice cubes, and it's all blended. And then you put shaved coconut on the top.
Yeah. Wow, that does look very yummy.
Yum, 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 yum,
Yum, yum, yum, yum, yum.
So, all right. Well, what are you leaving for? You're going to do something.
I'm going to make soap.
Now you've been saying that for 2 weeks.
I'm doing it right now.
Did you get the alcohol? I don't mean the whiskey. You didn't get the alcohol when you went out today.
Well, you made me forget.
Well, I guess you're not making soap. Anyway, so the lovely Sharon's taking her leave, and
I am.
You're gonna have to find
going
something
to go get alcohol. I am making soap tonight. If it kills me.
For the rest of you, I'm going to be back. We have a new Wombat of the Week. We have a new hero to crown, and if time permits, one last thing, as I always say, if time permits.
Right.
Hashtag if time permits. Hashtag one last thing.
There you go.
Hashtag the lovely Sharon is leaving now. All right.
Okay, peoples.
Thanks for joining us.
Peace out.
I'll be back, folks, after this.
This message is for all of you sitting in the passenger seat. And apologies if it gets a little uncomfortable. But how does it feel to be at the mercy of someone who thinks a random text is more important than your life? Someone who takes their eyes off the road while speeding along in a 3-ton hunk of steel. Freaky, right? Well, why not just ask them to stop? Or better yet, volunteer to text for them. It might be a little awkward, but believe me, you'll live.
Learn more at stoptextstoprex.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration.
Broadcasting from a crummy little studio in Baltimore, Maryland. This is Reality One Radio.
You see why we need your donations?
Hello, folks, and welcome back to the Joel Michalec Show featuring the lovely Sharon. I'm Joel Michalec, welcoming you back to the third segment, otherwise called the Final Stretch. Well, we have several names for it, but anyway, here we are, and I'm glad you're still here. Thanks, we appreciate it, and don't forget, I want to remind everybody to go to Facebook, go to Twitter, go to YouTube, and find the videos by Sean Goward, our staff culinary correspondent, and check out his videos. He has another one coming out. We'll be releasing it next weekend ahead of Thanksgiving. It's his Thanksgiving Pro Tips, and it's got great stuff. I can tell you that right now. It's great stuff. It's a great video with a bonus recipe attached to the video. So look out for that coming at you next week here on the network. So here we are. We try to accomplish several things in this segment. We're going to honor a new hero. We're going to talk about a new Wombat of the Week. If you're new to the show, I'm going to tell you what they are. And then if we have time, I talk about one last thing, which could randomly be almost anything. So anyway, so starting with Wombat. Starting with Wombat of the Week, which I don't even have ready. Why do I not have these things ready? It's pretty. I have them saved all over the place, and yet I never have it ready. But here we go. So, Wombat of the Week. I want you to know, if you're just listening to the show for the first time, that you can get involved in Wombat of the Week. All you have to do is send a news story of a stupid person doing stupid things, and send that link to the news story to us at joelmichalecradio@gmail.com or wombat@joelmichalec.com. You can also send it to us in a private message on Facebook. Of course, at Facebook, we're at JM Talk. And we'll be sure and put it in the rotation for Wombat of the Week. Now, that's simply how you do that. This week's Wombat, very interesting, if I can get the link to load. So, this is really funny. You know, it's the holidays, right? It's the holidays. One of the things we like to do at the holidays is we like to make cookies, right? Christmas cookies, and all sorts and kinds. I mean, Sharon is a baker by trade and heart, so there's always Christmas cookies going on here. But this guy, trying to do a solid, 74-year-old man, winds up getting his entire church high on weed cookies. Last year, 6 congregation members of the St. John's Apostle Catholic Church in Bloomington, and I guess which Bloomington are we at? That's the big question, right? Let's say Illinois, because it doesn't say. Indulged in these special cookies. Apparently, the cases ranged from 12 years to 70 years old, where many said the cookies tasted unusually salty. The 74-year-old parishioner, identified only as Mr. Jones, now accused of lacing the cookies with THC. He initially admitted making the cookies, but denied adding the illegal substance to them. Police later obtained a warrant to search his home and found an orange pill bottle containing capsules which later tested positive for marijuana. Now, as cool as that is, right? As cool as that is to have, well, I say as cool as it is, like I don't know because I've never done it, but that's one of the way people enjoy their marijuana. They make brownies. Remember that movie from the 60s with Peter Sellers, I Love You, Alice B. Toklas? This is about them making fudge pot brownies and enjoying them and the like. But anyway, and now, of course, they put them in candy and all kinds of things. But anyway, I don't know if he intentionally did this or accidentally did this. But whether it's medicinal and you have it or what, you don't bake it into a product and then take it, of all places, to your church. You just don't do that. You just don't. But he did, and that makes him a wombat. You know, no matter what your view on THC and marijuana and things like that is, whether it was intended or not, you just don't do that. So, properly accused by the authorities, and maybe he left the wrong container home and took the wrong container to the church. I don't know, but he should be more careful next time if he doesn't face any jail time. So Mr. Jones, because that's the only way he's identified, is our Wombat of the Week here this week on the Joel Michalec Show. There you have it. So now I want to talk about a very big Honor Thy Heroes this week. And bear with me, this is a great story. And it involves several police departments. And so here it is from Breitbart.com. A Walker County Sheriff's deputy spotted a Gulf War veteran who was wearing an oxygen mask as he made his way to an appointment 90 miles away to see his doctor, and he was told not to miss it. The man reportedly said to the deputies that he had no choice but to walk or hitchhike to his destination. The Morgan County Sheriff's Office posted this story to its Facebook page, where so far it's received more than 100,000 shares and 140,000 reactions. The post reads, the deputy acted quickly and escorted the Gulf War veteran to the Coleman County line, where a Coleman Sheriff's deputy picked him up. The deputy then transported him to the Morgan County line, where a Morgan County sheriff took over and met a Madison County Sheriff Office deputy in Huntsville, who finished the trip and took the man to his appointment. After an overnight stay, we were happy to do it all over again today, in reverse, to help this man get back home. So, the department says, we're thankful for our veterans and we're honored to play a small role in supporting this man who gave a great deal for our country. On Thursday, the Walker County Sheriff's Officer thanked the officers for their efforts in making sure that the veteran made it safely to and from his doctor's appointment. We appreciate Sergeant Kevin Enberg and Chris Dower and the opportunity to be a small part of agencies working together, according to the department. In an update Thursday morning, the Morgan County Sheriff's Office wrote that over 5 million people have seen the post and many have offered to help this veteran. We are in contact with him today to see how he wants to handle the outpouring of help. We should be able to update everything later today. 4 different sheriff's departments transported this vet 90 miles to get to his doctor's appointment, and then he stayed overnight, and then all the departments in reverse got him home. That's the gist of the story. This is so heartwarming, and to come out, this is actually from last week. This story comes out around November 11th, which is Veterans Day, and so it was very fitting for the time frame that it came out. And if it doesn't warm your heart, then, man, swallow a heater. Because I don't know if this doesn't warm your heart, I do not know what to do about you. So, all these departments involved, again, these are those things that where law enforcement officers go above and beyond. And they did so here. And we're very thankful to them, and they will all be recognized. Obviously, we'll be reposting this on Twitter, on our Twitter feed, and recognizing them as, and not just the officers active. I mean, these are departments, full departments, four full departments, honored as heroes for doing what it takes to get this vet taken care of. And we thank you for your service and your above and beyond to the communities here at the Joel Michalec Show. Thank you very much. And that is Honor Thy Heroes. Now, in the same way that you can send a wombat in, you can send us an everyday hero. It does not have to be a law enforcement officer. It just has to be somebody who goes above and beyond. And this is how you do it. Just send us that story. Excuse me. Send us that story out of a link to the newspaper article of a person, a law enforcement, firefighter, everyday neighbor doing that something above and beyond. And send it to us at the same addresses, joelmichalecradio@gmail.com. Send it to us on Facebook at JM Talk, and we'll be very glad to add them to the list of heroes honored every single week here on the Joel Michalec Show. So thank you for that. Thank you for the people that submit this stuff for our consideration. Excuse me, my throat. Okay, folks. One last thing. I'm actually going to get to one last thing today. This is awesome. This is probably solved now, but earlier this week, you're going to love this. Earlier this week, there was another, can you believe this? Another Facebook issue. Another Facebook issue. I know, I can't believe it myself. Not Facebook. So this has to do with my iPhone users out there. Where are you at? Oh, whoa, now I'm punching the microphone. My iPhone users. Facebook says that a bug that inadvertently accesses a user's iPhone camera while they're scrolling through the news feed will be fixed sometime today. This happened about midweek. So we can assume it was fixed. The bug, which was discovered by Joshua Maddox, owner of web design firm 95 Visual, appears to be exclusive to iOS and does not affect Android devices. So Mr. Maddox took a video, a screenshot of him scrolling through Facebook, and then behind that you can see the camera because his phone was pointed down at the carpet, and you could see that. And he says he thought he turned the camera on by accident, but then when he tried it again purposely, he noticed that the camera was already on. So, of course, Facebook said that it was the bug was inadvertently introduced, and they promised that a fix was in the works. But this is like just another security thing at Facebook that makes you go, And it also gives me an opportunity to use some of my expertise in the technology field here on the program to issue a warning to you. Think of this as one last thing. It's some tech help, right? Hashtag tech help. Hashtag Tech Minute. I used to do something on the radio show called the Tech Minute. But when you download an app, now this works two different ways. When you download an app needs permission to do things, right? And it depends on the app. But you should be very mindful of what that app wants to do. And now on Android, when you install an app, the app will usually, during the installation process, it will tell you what it is going to access, and you have the opportunity to go in and turn off the accesses you don't want. On iPhone, you'll download the app, and the first time you open it, you will usually get one or more notifications in a row. And it's these notifications saying, can it access the microphone? Can it access the camera? Can it access contacts? Whatever it's looking to access. And these are the things you got to pay attention to. Most of us are in a hurry, right? We just hit yes. But think about these things. Think about why a flashlight app, for example. This is my favorite example because it's the best example to ever use when I explain this. Why would a flashlight app need access to your contacts? Why would a flashlight app need access to your microphone? A flashlight app needs access to your camera, certainly, I'm sure, because unless they separate the flash and the camera, it needs access to the camera to be able to turn that flash on and use it as a light. So that example should speak volumes because this is what I'm talking about. Why do you need access to this? Why does a flashlight app need access to your contacts? Unless you're downloading an app that does some sort of communicating, it shouldn't need access to your contacts. These are the things that you should look for when you're downloading new apps. Don't take for granted that they're not using those things. And if you're concerned about apps that were loaded with your phone, obviously Apple has a set of apps that come standard with the iPhone or the iPad. And there may be a lot of stuff included with your Android phone or tablet. And that's because Android and Google are like synonymous together. So there's a lot of garbage. I call it garbage. We call it bloatware in the industry that's put into these things. Take some time to review that. You can go in on both types of phones and you can look at everything that every app is doing and make adjustments. So, I mean, just let's go back to my example. You get a minute, folks, take a look at your flashlight app. Even if it's the one that came with the phone, and look at what permissions it has. Look at what things in your device it has access to. And then ask yourself, why does it need that? You know? You can do like an Andy Rooney impression. Why does my flashlight need to access the contacts? You know, things like that. Take a look in that and do that experiment for yourself, and it may surprise you. It may very well surprise you. But we have to be conscious of those things because, you know, technology just keeps growing and growing and growing. There's a lot of machine learning and artificial intelligence going on now with devices. And so I think it's going to get even worse, even more prominent, that technology will interbleed into our apps, into our lives, into our devices, and we have to be mindful as to just exactly what the hell they think they're doing. You know? So think about that. And think about it more and more as you go along, because it's only going to get worse. So, and that is one last thing. I'm just trying to look out for my listeners. You know, that way, you know, when you subscribe to the show on Apple, you don't have a problem listening to the show the following Sunday because your Apple device is working fine. You know, because your some permission, some app you downloaded needs access to your contacts, and it's doing so because it's got malicious intent. So, please be safe. I want to remind you of a couple things. First of all, the website, www.jmtalk.net. We need you to go there and subscribe to the show. We love subscribers. And hey, if you like the show, no matter what platform you're on, give us a review on that platform. We'd appreciate it. And also, we'd appreciate it if you share, if you like us, share us with your friends. Tell them about us. Also, Facebook at JM Talk, and on Twitter and Instagram at JM Talk Radio. Also, there is a YouTube channel. It's not very easy. It's not. I can't just say Joe Michalec because it won't take you there. It will take you to my my personal YouTube. I was just saying YouTube, right? It'll take you to my personal YouTube, and then you got to then click the channel. It's really weird. Like, I don't know why we can't have a custom name for a channel. And if we can, and I'm just silly that way, I can't figure it out, hey, drop me a line and tell me. Because the link to the channel is like youtube.com/, you know, all this jazz junk. So, yes. So stop there, check out Sean Gower's videos, check out our videos, check out everything. And don't forget, new shows drop every Sunday. Subscribe to the show. Also, the 24/7 stream is available on the website as well. So if you miss us in between Sundays, certainly just stop there and you can play the stream. Now, I'm going to ask you, with the holidays coming, be kind to each other. Very important. Be kind to one another. Don't treat each other like dirt. It is the holidays, no matter what holiday you're celebrating. Let's just be kind. You can be anything you want. Try being kind. And also, while you're out, pick some trash up in the parking lots while you're out shopping. Keep America beautiful. And until the next podcast drops, we'll catch you then. Good night, everybody.